taking imperfect actions is way better than taking no actions at all. You know what? The saying, I'll share with you the thing that I used to do is I used to wait till things were even better than I wait for them now. And one of the things that I loved was the story that I got from Mr. Sony Walkmans. I don't know if I'm dating myself with Sony Walkmans, but pre-iPod, Sony Walkmans, they were the coolest devices out when I was in my 20s actually. You plug in it, they were cassette recorders, then cassette recorders with radios, and then on and on and on, then CD players, and they morphed into so many things. But the reality of the thing is that when I saw this program about Mr. Sony, he wound up making in the 13 years that Sony Walkmans, I believe it was 13 years that Sony Walkmans were around, he made 57 consecutive versions of them, some of them only existing and being in manufacture for 3 weeks. It was all about incremental improvement, incremental improvement, incremental improvement. And as he made more improvements, he put those out. And it was taking these incremental actions and causing things to transform. And his big breakthrough was taking a little earbud, putting that sound in your ear, and being able to get quality bass coming into your ear for the very first time, because he made a vibration that was actually physically bigger than the diameter, because sound waves are vibrations, but it's like you could only put part of that waveform in your ear at a time. He figured out how to take just part of a waveform and put it in the ear and create that bass sound, which was amazing. Him and his team, obviously. But that was the start of that whole revolution that we now have. But it's incremental things that you do, and you take it. The other thing about effective versus ineffective language, you can start by having a dream, an internal thing, but if it stays internal and it doesn't get expressed externally, it's useless. It is worthless. You have to take action on it. You have to move yourself into externalizing what's internal, and you externalize that and make it effective on an ongoing basis. Okay, so I will get around to all of the calendary things that are booked in there that just are firing off left, right, and center around me. I'm trying to ignore most of them, but not all of them, unfortunately. So, hey.
There were a few comments there. People are asking questions in the chat.
Oh. So, fire away.
Alan mentioned that he worked in an industry where perfection must be the goal and that no one is ever happy. And then,
my God, yes, and that stifles so much creativity. There were like I've worked in a couple of companies, major companies. We have a thing at life skills colleges. I developed a thing that was not about perfection. It was about excellence, and this whole mindset of excellence. If you can do something and be very good 80% of the time and be able to track and capture your mistakes, obviously, but still be very good 80% of the time, that is what we called excellence. And what we're trying to do with one of my other companies is get our people performing at a very high level 80% of the time, and 20% of the time is required screwing up. It's required so that they go out there and test new ideas that they don't know if it's going to work or not. And that's also required. So that whole piece is required for them to find places where they can make incremental improvements on either existing or brand new ideas. And that leverages people. That gets people jazzed up left, right, and center. And it is so, so, so transformative. Anyway, Any other questions there, Trevor?
Yeah, someone said the mind model you taught at NES to use that effectively. Do you wait till you are faced with a situation that you are having trouble with, then run the model? Is that how it's used in practice? So I think she might be asking how
Yeah,
his.
about the success formula. You know what? Honestly, I frequently run that, not every day, but I bet you actively in my brain, I think about what is the historical. Okay, I'm doing a home reno. I'm renovating my bathrooms. What do I know in the back? You know, what do I have as historical information that I need to pull to the present? And, that's the first historical what. So that in that success model, you got to get your background data points. And then the next thing that I go is, okay, I got to do my action plan. So Melissa and I, my wife and I, built out a punch list of what do we need to do. Now, we take a look at that punch list. Is it an everything that we need to do list? No, it's generally speaking the next three things that we need to actually get done to move this forward and make sure that at least one of those gets done every single day. And when we do that, we can incrementally move that thing forward. And so tonight or earlier this afternoon, I was out doing my one thing today because I have you guys to come on to the Blair Dunkley experience and convey this information to you guys and hopefully change some lives here. But what that action plan was just tracking down 2 LED lights, one for the closet and one for the shower area, and figure out, can I get those? And I could talk for an hour here on LED lights. Oh my God, in 4 years, they have changed dramatically. Anyway, I won't say anything more because I won't stop because I'm into my LED lights these days. And it's crazy what they've done in 4 years. It's unbelievable. The building industry is transforming so fast. But yes, look at it and the action plan of doing it and putting up the light and practicing and doing it and moving forward. That was the success formula. I needed to have a success on that and move one thing forward every single day. Success formula works. I chunk it down. And that's the nice thing about the success formula is you chunk it down into little and smaller steps, and you can run it on the immediate next step that you do. And it can fit into an IBR, intention behavior result vector, which I will be teaching again sometime soon. Okay, so stick around and I'll teach you guys that. So, and thank you so much for the fact that I rocked NES. Any other questions there? I didn't read them all.
I think that's all.
And Becky, you know about Walkmans. Great. I'm thrilled.
John just asked if these sessions are recorded and posted anywhere. Yes, they are recorded. Haven't really posted them anywhere except for the Facebook Live, which has been all of the times we've been on Zoom except last week. So some of those are on the Rewiring the Mind page, and some of them are actually on Blair's personal Facebook profile. So like right now, this is being broadcasted live on his Facebook profile. So it's there for now. It will be posted later. That's something we're working on. But you can always add Blair as a friend and find it that way.
There you go. And like me, and like the stuff. Like I'm looking for likes these days. So if you don't like me, don't like me. But if you like me, hey.
And we'll also make sure anybody that joins the group that we were talking about, that you'll get access to those recordings. So
yes,
they'll be posted in there, or in there we'll make sure that you can get access to all of them, because we've got quite a few recorded now, and even some older ones that we may or may not post when we're on a different platform. But I'll post the link to the group again here. It's just the Facebook link, and then you can request to join. And once we start getting active in there, we'll make sure that you can get recordings in there as well.
Yeah, you betcha.